Hey guys, welcome back. Guess what I'm making today? I am going through old stuff that I need to throw out or do something with. So my gosh, this is an old flower cane. Ugh. That didn't turn out quite right. It's breaking. Well, maybe it'll break in 6 pieces. Okay, so as you can see, it wasn't a very pretty flower. So what I'm going to try and do is make something with it that will turn it into something beautiful. So let me reduce this and I'll be back. Alrighty guys, I came back because I'm not reducing this too much. And like I said, this is really old cane, and as you can see, it's just gonna crack everywhere. But once we make it into the flower, we can add a little strip of translucent on the outside of it. And that should literally fix our problem. So if you have any old canes that didn't turn out very well, don't throw them out, because you can turn them into something really nice. And I'm talking very light because I have people at the house, my family obviously, but I have the door shut, so we'll see if any of them walk in, because they have a habit of doing that, which kind of nullifies me keeping the door shut. So I could go 1.5, but then I'd have to get this to 4.5, and that might make it a little small. So we're just gonna go 1-inch strips. Cut a little bit off the edge. Okay. So now we have more for a base. This is what we use. Okay. Alrighty. So now it's figuring out how you want to put this. And I'm just going to take the longest part that I worked on, and that's going to be my center. Okay, so there you go. So now let's see if this turns out pretty cool. So like I said, this is old and rough. So we're just going to grab some translucent. And I'm just going to use a number 2 or 3. Just something to help us. Alright, let's see if this is wide enough. And this is at a number 3. Okay, so let's... I have a whole container of canes that have gone bad, and I don't want to throw them in a bucket to just get rid of them. So I figured I'd see if I could try and make them into something nice, and if not, then they'll go in the bucket and just be used as a base or something. But if I can get something else out of what I call ugly, then that just makes me more happy. Okay, so this is still good translucent. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and reduce this, and I'll come back and show you the final piece. Alrighty, well, I was trying to get this to 12 inches, but it's still cracking. So I'm just going to let it break wherever it breaks. So let me cut it. And I'm going to do this one, and then we'll look at it together. That was my son on his motorcycle. I hate that motorcycle. I really do. But they're old enough, I can't say anything about it, right? One, two, three, four. I'm gonna go a little more. Hopefully, when we look at it, it's going to be pretty. So 2.5. All right. Oops. So we kind of got like a snowflake. Okay. And then I had the other half of that flower is right here. So we did the same thing, but this looks more like a snowflake than the other one. Okay, so that's what we do with canes that don't look good. Now, as you can see, this was that flower that I showed you, and I kept one of these and made it really small. These two, I'm going to do the same thing that I just did with the other one. I'm going to reduce it. And we're going to make a kaleidoscope out of it. So let me get this reduced and I'll come right back. Alright guys, so this is the flower that we have. It looks better the smaller it gets, but I already have 2 of these, so I'm going to turn this into a kaleidoscope cane. So if you can see, there's one that kind of curls right here. This is the line that I'm going to focus on. Okay, and we're just going to pinch it. Okay, and I really only need 375. Or if I can get it to 1.5, 3. So if I can get it to 4.5, then that would be better for me. So we're going to try and get this to 4.5. Okay, and I'm going to try and keep my tops rounded as I do this. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4.5. We're just cleaning it up a little bit. Okay, I'm going to do the same on the other side, which is this right here. So this just goes to show you, one, that you don't have to throw away the canes you don't like. So I need 4.5, right? that's where I got. Okay, I just need to go a little more, but this one seems like it's going to be a little bigger. So, and this is the one that we focused on, right? Okay, so let's make that a little sharper. Okay, and then we're just going to kind of do what we did before and round off the edges. Okay. Cut a little bit off at each end. All right. So now just want to make sure. Now I can cut it off at 1.5 inches. Okay. And again, we are just going to line them up on the part that we pulled out. Actually, it needs to come up like that. And like that. Oops, this one's a little big. I think it'll be okay. Alright, let me go ahead and make this a little smaller. And unfortunately, we're going to make the ends a little bit pointier. Okay. This is the one that I need to bring down just a little bit. So we're just gonna stretch it out just a little bit. Okay, so let's try that one more time. Okay. Oh, that's weird. Should have left it alone, eh? Because now... oh, now it's just not fitting the way it did. Not quite sure why. I don't care if one's a little bigger than the other, but it still should fit. Okay. There we go. And this side, not so much. Okay, let me reduce this and I'll come right back. Alrighty guys, well this wasn't a really big cane to start with, so I think this size will be perfect. So if I go 2.5, 5, I'm going to actually take it to 10. That way I have 5 of them. Let's see how this turns out, huh? Okay, ta-da! Ooh. Aw, well those are awfully flowery. Ooh, wow, those turned out pretty darn interesting. I don't know if you can see them, but those are definitely interesting. It's like a bouquet of flowers. So just a quick little video guys to help me get rid of some of the scrap clay before we make our focal pieces, and to show you again how you can not throw away any of your crap canes, that they can actually make a really nice background cane. So I can put it on something really quick to just see what they're going to look like. Oh boy, I've got all these colors up here, but I don't have a really great color. But I do have this pink right here. So we're just going to thin out the edges here. Just going to put it right there. And let me find some deli paper. Of course, you're not going to see what this is going to look like until it comes out of the oven. Just keep doing that until there's no lines. Okay, so we're just going to take a little strip like this. Yeah, it's not even. Oh well. Okay, so you really can't see it. But I think that'll look really cute on a round bead. And it just looked like a floral bead. So that's it for today, guys. So I have got so many old flowers and stuff that are really ugly. They really are for me. And I'm going to try and do the same thing with them. And then hopefully the next video we do, we will actually be putting these into something. So I will see you then. Have a great week. Bye.